Of Muaat upgraded version. I have made a bit of changes, so this is good. The members of Muaat are the race that were just slaves, and they start with a war son, so that's a really big thing for them. That's the only practical unit they have. They of course can upgrade the war son to a movement of 3. Other than that, it's the same. They can bomb through bunkers and PDSs and destroy the PDSs, of course, with that. Let's do the abilities first. They have a Stars Forge ability in their war sons and in their flagship that gives them they build 1 resource worth of units per cleanup. And their moving of the war son and a fleet in the same hex does not require influence, because they actually do only have 1 influence on the Muaat, so they don't think much. And Muaat cannot be invaded by infantry because they would melt, and your influence and infantry and mechs get +3 on Ixt, Kormund and Mer, and of course Muaat as well. I have forgot to, but of course, yeah, because they are so hot. The Gaslight will not live on cloud planets, so only Kormund, Ixt and Mer. That is because of this text over here, that Magnum has the text. Not for us, these cold garden worlds. We own the, well, blah 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 blah. So Magnum will unlock when you have landed on 5 planets, and then you get the Magnus IDS-1 and 1 free work and grow unit. I will talk about that first. The agent is quite simple. Exhaust to give -2 to the influence cost of a red tech or ship upgrade, because they are because of course they need the 4 red techs to get the upgraded version. They start with 1 red tech, and they have nothing else special things, but then they have some extra stuff here, a bit of an add-on. Let's do the goals. They want, because they have an issue with the Yolnar, so the first one is the revenge the slavery. They want to do something about the Yolnar system. So actually this is written weirdly, because, well, they can destroy it, or they can vesselize them, or they can conquer them, but they will probably not conquer them because they don't want to live on cloud planets. So there is a vesselization option here. When you have invaded at least 1 Yolnar planet, they become your vessels and recompense you for 20 turns, which of course will be until the end of the game. You get 1 tech per turn, 2 influence and 2 resources per turn, and 3 votes in the Senate, as long as they are your vessel, which will be, of course, other races can attack them and cancel that thing. The other goal that you have is have 4 war sons with at least a shield 1 upgrade. That will be, of course, easy to do if you just will build them and want to do the war things. You have the extra promissory note of you can give away your war technology. It's just, yeah, if you want a strong ally. And your first decree is if you become the emperor. Of course, this is the emperor decree, that if you convene the Senate to vote for emperor and you become that one, all races gives the Muaat all their war sons. The Muaat pay the cost in infantry, in influence and resources, because if you become the emperor, you will dominate the war son production. Maybe not, maybe it will, yeah. But okay, so what happens after you get the Kormund? Let's do the other one first. The Fury, when you have dealt with the Yolnar, that is your hero. but it is a permanent hero that gives you 1 res plus the Muaat and the star +1 to the Star Forge ability, which of course gives the War Sons +2 resources per worth of units and your flagship, because your engineering capacity increased after you decided that you are not any more furious, but now you are a liberated engineer. This is good. Your mech is the same. Give 1 resources to planets that has the one of your mechs, because they are expert miners. And yeah, so then I have to explain this one. You have this track here. When you have explored your sun by building a sun explorer like this, and have it in your sun, close to your sun for 3 turns, then you get the ability to upgrade the explorer into a sun and forge and sun home, and you call it the work and grow. So you have a work and grow here. You can build these. You can use these on asteroid fields, rocks, to build any and expand them. And so if you go to an asteroid field, or if you build this one in an asteroid field, where they're so like that, or if you have an asteroid field in your close to you, then you can gather rocks from the asteroid field with an engine. With an engine to get bonuses. I need to combine this. So 1 rock gives you 4 resources and a home for 1 influence. So these are the units, but you can put influences to live on them by upgrading them, or just by placing influences there if you want, if you have the possibility. You will grow because you have a time to multiply. You can double your population influence every 3 turns, but only Gaslight. You have and you have 1 influence on your War Sons. They do not do the work. They do not give 1 influence, and that's why they move for free. So you have a multiplication thing going on here. So with this, you can start upgrading these ones to work better, and so they can. These stations can process 3 rocks per turn, plus 1/2 of the influence population living there. So if you have 2 of them with influence frenzy, then of course it goes up to 4 rocks. And that there is the rock harvesting thingy. The rock harvesting goes like this. Taking rocks from the asteroid fields require 1 engine per rock. Engine costs 2 resources for only only in system travel. So that means like this, or like that. But then and 2 resources for hyperdrive, and it moves with carrier speeds. But they can be reused. So when you build your engine, there is an engine token, but I forgot to make it. So you put engines on these ones, and then you drive them home, boom, and then they get upgraded into 3 of these, and then you get 12 resources worth of units. Or then you can use resources to build a War Sun or something. But then you have the engines left, so then you can drive the engines back to there. So you just start a factory working. That's a way to get much resources and to duplicate. The thing that there is not, that of course is said, because you do not live on other than Cormor Ixtan Mer, and Muaats, but you can invade them, but because your infantry do not want to live there, they will not get defended. So you will probably, of course, take them in the beginning, but you can only defend them with like space stuff, so they will probably get captured back to other races, and that is why you have such a horribly good way of producing resources from asteroid fields. And this is thing one I haven't mentioned. The Magnus idea one is, there's a card over here, because he is the one who told us that he doesn't want to live on garden worlds. So his idea is find an empty planet and pick one, or just pick one and evacuate the population. Then move the planet closer to the sun with a planet pusher. This is the planet pusher, but it's quite expensive. It can be done in parts. The engineering thinking part costs 7 influence, and the building costs 25 resources. And then it takes 3 turns to get a copy of Muaat. So where have I copies? My copy is. I had it here. I have copies of Muaat. Oh, yes, so I have copies of Muaat. So any planet that you get, like this, it will just get overplaced with Muaat 2 and 3 and 4. So you can start duplicating themselves there. If of course it takes a long time. But the pusher is not a single time use. It can be moved with 32 capacity. So that's a lot of carriers, but it can be taken apart and then moved to another world to get the new world pushed to become a Muaat 2. There is a trash planet, but it's not close to the sun, so it doesn't. It's just like it doesn't get involved in this one. And of course, Letnev planets are not in the Letnev home system has no sun, so it doesn't work there. But that is general knowledge, of course. That is the Muaat thingy. I mentioned everything. It's a bit complicated, but it's in line with what they do. What their thingy is. Yep, that's it. It's an interesting one. It's upgraded and it's good.